What is something people brag about that they shouldn't? How much anything cost. Former brother-in-law bragged about how much his clothes cost all the time. I couldn't help myself. We were at a reunion and he was bragging to someone else about his nice leather coat that cost $600, and I just had to point out that he could have put it towards his truck payment and it wouldn't have been repossessed. Fucking owned, or rather not. Wrecked 'em? Damn near killed, I am. Not taking PTO on their jobs. It's kinda sad in my opinion. When I first started working in a hospital, I took pride in never missing work and was annoyed by those who constantly were missing. By the time I left, I used every last second of PTO I had and encouraged all of my coworkers to do the same. I've been on my job for a little over 7 years and I'm just now, since March of this year, using my PTO on real vacations that are more than just a day or two long. I'm actually trying to take care of myself and using my accrued sick time to have an operation that I've needed for nearly 10 years. Although, I have overdone it a few times since I went back to work on light duty trying to prove that I can get it done. I often wonder about the psychology of sacrificing oneself for the job. I've done it for as long as I can remember and I have the bad knees, back, shoulder and hearing loss to show for it. I have the missed occasions and my kids' memories of me not being there to remind me. I'm like you in that I get annoyed at people who are always taking off. I'm learning to get over that too, and to be honest, it feels good. How little they sleep. I have chronic insomnia and other sleeping issues. Every time I vent about it, someone will brag that they slept less than me last night. Like it's a damn competition. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. I didn't get off work till 5:30 and was up at 8:30. Half of my students fail, like congrats, you suck at your job. That's how sick of a teacher I am. Thanks for paying for tuition for a course you won't pass unless you suck my ass. I would love to suck your ass regardless. Cheating. No quicker way to out yourself as a complete piece of shit than bragging about how much dick, pussy you're getting on the side. I'll do whatever it takes to win that game of tic-tac-toe. How trashed they get, every day, weekend. As a kid I always saw my uncles get wasted daily. Fast forward to 2022 and most of them passed away before the age of 50. Sadly, it sounds like mission accomplished. Going to work no matter how ill they are. I'm more mad at a system that doesn't provide paid time off when sick. A lot of people can't afford to have a day off because they are ill. Is it right to work when you are sick? Fuck no, but if you had to choose risking getting others sick or being behind bills, then I get it. Inherited wealth. Know a guy who bragged for years about his trust fund that kicked in when he turned 21. Trust fund came with a very simple set of rules to keep getting your $80,000 a year check. Had to graduate college, had to be able to pass a drug test, and had to show that you'd volunteered at a local charity. There were specifics there. I knew his sister when she was 21 and the trust fund changed her life. I know her brother. As of his age of 40, he has yet to receive a check. It's hilarious because the rest of the clan who is written into the trust fund gets his share every year and he raises hell that they stole his money. I have repeatedly told him to go back to the local uni, get his bullshit college studies degree, do 100 hours of community service at the local shelter and never work another day in his life, but he is too proud to do that. Fucker could not stay away from weed, could not attend class, and refused to feed the homeless at I am my own man, cost of $80,000 a year. His sisters, meanwhile, started and ended a dozen business ventures before they hit their stride with real estate, and I doubt either one made less than $100,000 last year. I'd kill to have that opportunity. Help make a difference in the community, encouraged to go to school and live clean, then get consistently paid for it? Paid in 1 year what takes me almost 2 years to make. All on top of being able to work or whatever hobbies for extra money or even just passing time. Dude, count me in even for $50,000 a year. Lol, I made like $12K a year from one of my jobs. If I could do 100 hours of volunteer work and get $80K a year, I would be doing 300 to 400 hours just because I could. People should be discouraged from bragging about how uneducated they are. The fact that you don't read books, don't like school, or did poorly in education is not something to take honor from. The amount of people who tell me they don't read books is astronomical. The prompt for telling me that? Me, minding my own business reading a book. Strangers feel the need to enlighten me. I do not understand why. These are the same people that get mad when you use big words. I had a dude get mad at me for using the word relevant. But he fancied himself an intellectual and constantly bragged about his travels, all of the books he'd read, and was just a giant pedantic butt nugget to everyone around him. He would talk down to everyone he considered his peer and brown nose everyone he considered a superior. I have never had someone get angry about using big words. It's hilarious that relevant was the snapping point. It's a pretty everyday word. Emo PS I like butt nugget. Haven't heard that before. Being a bitch. If you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. Translation. No one can, or wants to, handle the worst, so there actually is no best. Their IQ, especially when they got it from an online IQ test. How accurate are IQ scores from online tests anyway? I got mine from a non-online source and it confirms my IQ is positive. My COVID test, in the other hand, is 47. Not sure what that means. Sir, I believe that means you're pregnant. Donating to charity or the homeless if it comes up in conversation, sure, mention it, but if you brag about doing it, I'll question your motives for doing so in the first place. People who only do nice things for attention suck, but if attention will get more people to do better things, then I guess it's not too big of an issue. Yes, I'd prefer if people didn't use attention as a motivation for being a good person, but it's better than people who do harmful activities for attention. Unless they fake doing something nice, then fuck them. Isn't that what utilitarianism is all about? Motive is irrelevant, utility matters, or something like that. How good they are at driving drunk. Not drinking water. Those are pissing off them hydro homies for sure. Ahem, hydro homies. Cheating on their significant other. Taking care of their kids. Extra points if they refer to it as babysitting. Lol, so funny story. My sister had 2 kids, my niece and nephew. Baby daddy is absolutely horrible, but whatever. Well, my sister gets a phone call from baby daddy on his day with the kids. She has it on speaker and he goes, "Sister's name, I'm really tired of having to babysit my kids for free while you are at work. You need to either pay me or send them to daycare." I busted out laughing like, bro, did you just say you need to get paid to watch and spend time with your kids? Baby daddy doesn't work as his mom gives him money for his house and cars. This makes me furious, but completely relatable. Penis size, because usually it's a guy bragging to other guys, and I mean, if that's your bag, all power to you, but I've had more conversations with insecure dudes about their dicks than I'd like. And they always say, "Okay, I'm just kidding, it's average." Like I give a fuck, save it for the bedroom. For real, man. Mine is gigantic, but you'll never catch me bragging about it. Yeah, us fucking 10-inchers never ever feel the need to brag or go into details about how big it is. So big I got to walk around pushing a wheelbarrow in front of me everywhere I go. Working more than 40 hours a week. I worked in the trades, and sure, the overtime was nice, but I was leaving the house before kids woke up and not getting home until they were in bed. Ended up taking a job that was more strictly 9 to 5, and paid slightly less, and was so much happier. Enslaving yourself to a company for 80 hours a week is not something to aspire to, unless that company your whole life. How little they know. As a teacher, I see pride in ignorance all the time. That's because kids follow their role models who weren't inspired. You can teach a subject to someone who wants to learn, but the first thing is inspiring them to learn about it. Their body count edit. Both meanings of the word. What? You hanging out with serial killers, my boy? That's so last year. Now we're into parallel killing.